and I click on newsletters. And the About This House is the newsletter that I'd like, so I click on it. And that will load up my newsletter. Now at this point, let's adjust my page a little. I can see the newsletter. My logo is automatically placed here. On the left hand side, you see a couple things. Refresh won't save. You must finish all steps and add to the cart. Right? If you're editing your newsletter, if you want to quickly add it to the shopping cart, you can click on Add to Shopping Cart, and that'll add it and put you in the shopping cart. Then you can edit it later. At this point, we have a few things that we can edit. A free monthly newsletter from your friends at. If I change that, I can type in anything I'd like and say a happy newsletter for you. And if I hit refresh, you'll notice here a happy newsletter for you. You can also type in this area, which allows you to type in a personal note. And right now we hope you enjoyed this month's newsletter. It's a great time to spend with your family. We can just add something like, we hope you enjoy this month's newsletter. Spring is in the air. And by hitting refresh or tab, you'll see this area will update. And you'll notice that it's automatically putting my name at the bottom. You'll also see over here on the left hand side something that says, yes, please personalize my document. You'll notice that it has first name right here. That's going to put the person's first name on every newsletter. If I scroll down, I can change this title, which is going to change this section over here. I can leave it as is, or I can create my new article. And I hit tab, and you'll see that this title here will now change. There it is, Times with the Detweilers. And I can change this whole article here, or I can leave it as is. And once I've completed that step, then I move on to page 2 of 4 by clicking this arrow. And now on page 2 of 4, I have several areas that I can change. And you can see all those areas on the left-hand side. It's asking, do you have a question about home inspectors? If you do, you could win a $25 gas card. If you want to change that, simply change it in here and it'll update over here. And it automatically puts my information and contact information right over here. And also there's an area over here where you can ask or write in the questions and the answers to previous questions that you got maybe the month before. You'll notice also down here it automatically put in my phone number. Now we'll go to page 3 of 4. Now on this page, I can list, if you look right here, service above and beyond. These are all the services that we provide. All you have to do is highlight them and change them. And hit tab or refresh, and you'll notice it'll change over here. Now I'm going to page 4 of 4. And you'll notice Then at the top here, about this house is a free monthly newsletter from your friends at GoBig Printing. You can change that if you'd like, right here, or right here, excuse me. And you can also change here. Notice it says first name, what's inside. Check out this month's newsletter for you. All you have to do is highlight it over here and write in something that you'd like. And hit tab, and you'll notice this section will change. Also, you have a refresh button. I'm sorry, it shows you a timer and how long it takes. And also, so you can see that I've upgraded this or updated it. Now you'll notice right here it says your logo or photo here. We didn't know if you want to put your photo or logo here, so what we're doing is giving you that option. On the front, you notice we put a logo, and that happened automatically. On the back, all you have to do is hit select. It'll open up your library. There's my photo. I click on it, and see here, it'll show you a little preview. Preview loading. There's my photo. And if you want to change it and put your logo, hit select, choose your logo, and you'll notice that it'll populate this area right here. Also, did you notice that when I hit select, my logo and photo, well, my logo anyway was in color. However, it converted it to black and white since it knew I was working with a black and white document. All these areas you can change on the left-hand side, including testimonials, the trivia challenge, what you're going to give away, and your referrals. You want to list your referrals, and they're right down here. Now at this point, I can add to shopping cart, and it'll save what I've done and add it to the shopping cart. If I don't do that, then I won't save it. But what I would recommend you do is hit next step, where it asks you, so you'll notice here that if I adjust this a little bit, I was on the form filling stage, now I'm on the data list stage. I have a few options here. I can upload a data list from my computer. I can select a data list from my library, which you know that I did earlier. Or I can acquire a data list, which means I can buy a data list from GoBig Printing, and we can filter down such as male and female, and items such as that, radius, zip code, business or residential. But at this point, I already have a list in my library, so I'm going to select it from my library, and that'll open up my library. I click on the item that I'd like. You can list as many different data lists as you'd like. I click on submit. And it'll tell me here, look, I have 1,001 records. At this point, once again, I can add to shopping cart, but what I would recommend is going to the next step. And you'll notice that I went from form filling to data list, and now I'm on the printing step. Do I have any special instructions? Type them in here. Then you have postage delivery, standard bulk mail, or first class mail. You can read more about them by clicking on here. Data cleansing, options CAS certification or NCOA. Once again, click on here and it'll give you details. In most cases, you'll want to keep it on the bulk mail, which is cheaper, 29 cents, and you'll want to use CAS certification. This tells you some pricing. Over here gives you an estimated price. I hit next step. And at this point I'm almost done, and it's asking me to give it a name. So what I would like to do probably is name it March Newsletter Black and White. I can preview a PDF, which I could have on any other page as well. But at this point I'll hit add to shopping cart. And this is the first time that I've actually saved my document. If you don't get this far, then it will not save. And you can't walk away from your computer and come back an hour later. You have to get all the way through and save it, or you'll lose what you've done. At this point I have a couple different options. Once again, if I click here, or over here under options, edit, I can go back and edit my newsletter. I can click here and get a PDF preview. I can duplicate my order, delete it, or put it on hold. But in this case, I want to proceed to checkout. I'm on the checkout page. I put in my name, down here my credit card information, MasterCard, Visa, a security code. And it's really important at this point for you to see, if you scroll down, that what I'm saying here is that we have a self-serving system. That means there's lots of areas that might have a blank area that you're editing that you would have had to edit. If you don't change it and then we print it, we're telling you that we're not responsible, right? So we're just asking that you've edited all areas of your document, right? And if you're not sure, go back. At this point, I would have clicked Next Step, and it'll take me to my receipt page where I can print it out. You can also look over here. I have our pricing total. And lastly, when I come back in tomorrow or the next day, I can click on Orders, and it'll show me all orders pending, in process, and those that have declined. And in each one of these, you can click Continued Details about that pending review or in process. You can see when it was shipped, etc. At that point, we've concluded our demo. And if you have any questions, there's more demos at GoBigPrinting.com. You can email us at info@GoBigPrinting.com, and you can call me at this phone number below. Thank you so much.